Hey everybody, welcome back. We are going to be doing a short demo of Cloud Scheduler today. This is one of the last demos that we'll be doing. So we have this one, Cloud Tasks, and then hopefully a little bit of quantum computing if I can get that up and working okay for you all. But this is a kind of a nifty little scheduling service that we can get in Google Cloud. Um, Basically, if you want something to happen in a recurring fashion, you could schedule it with, some kind of a cloud function or some kind of a script that you run on a compute engine instance. But this is basically, kind of a managed service for triggering, say, App Engine jobs, Pub Sub jobs, triggering some kind of a random endpoint. Basically, we have lots of options here, and I've got the overview video as well on this. What we're going to be doing here is we are actually going to be using Cloud Scheduler in conjunction with Pub Sub to basically push messages to go through. Um, and one thing which will be very useful for you all in here is if you want to use Scheduler, you probably should become familiar with the Linux cron syntax. Now, I know that you can run cron on Windows too. You just need the correct application for that. But I've got a pair of articles in the post coming with this demo to kind of help you with cron. Basically, the idea with cron, just the service itself, it's a recurring job that you want to run on a server. So typically this is done on, say, like a Linux machine where, I want something to run twice a day, every X minutes, run at 2 a.m. daily. Kind of common tasks like run a backup of your user data or trigger a database replication or something like that. I mean, you can, schedule pretty much whatever you want to run on a normal server as long as you're just calling like a script or some kind of a application that's installed. When we go up to the cloud, we're actually going to use pretty similar syntax. So to just kind of give you an idea of what this looks like, I'm going to be following the quick start guide for this, by the way. We're going to be entering in cron tab syntax in scheduler. So let me go create job here and sure central. This looks a little bit different than the quick start guide, just as a heads up. Because the quick start guide I've got here off screen, it just jumps you right into the form. So we're okay, then we'll set the region. But while that's going, one of the fields that we're going to have to fill in is the frequency at which this job runs. And you're going to see this kind of asterisk-based syntax. And in Cloud Scheduler, you're not going to have like um, location, 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 and then path to script. Basically, you're going to have these 5 fields to fill in, and then the thing that you are calling is another drop-down menu. But the way this kind of works here is that in order, this is kind of a handy little lookup guide here. So the first one is the minute, the second is the hour. So if you set this one to be 5 and this one to be 1, that'd be 1:05 a.m. basically. So every 1:05, on a X basis, this script would run here. So minute, hour, the day of the month, so from 1 to 31, the month of the year, numerically, day of the week, and then, again, this part we're not going to worry about for our cloud services here, but it's these 5 frequency variables which are important to us. And I want to try this out too separately. You can, in at least cron, use extra variables like run this at tea time, which is, I think, 4 p.m., if I recall my cron syntax correctly. Or you could run it at midnight or something like that. So I'd kind of recommend just checking out these. Like, I use this one in my sysadmin classes, honestly, because it's a great little reference to have. So here would be a job for running 2 a.m. daily. So run it minute 0, hour 2, every day, every month, or sorry, go back up here, every day, every month, every day of the week. So when you have an asterisk there, it's basically every instance of that variable there. So we have our region, and we can call this pub sub demo 680 demo. This frequency is basically that thing that I've been talking about, while I was waiting for the region to spin up. So you see your 5 asterisks here. So this would be run at every single minute of every single day throughout the year. So we will leave this here for now and we'll come back to it. So what we're going to be doing here is we have to get a few things up and running. And we're just going to be using the Cloud Shell. So we already have the Cloud SDK. What I want to do is to create a App Engine project here. So let's go. We already have our project ID set. And again, off screen, I'm kind of looking over here. I'm just going along with the quick start guide because this is a nice kind of a segue into cloud scheduling. Let's go gcloud app create. Already contains an App Engine application. How do I already have an app? What? All right, let's get out of scheduling. I'm going to leave that in. How is my App Engine thing already been created? This is a brand new project. Okay, interesting, interesting. Do this later. Just waiting. gcloud app describe. Tell me about my project, which apparently I have created already. Interesting. Yeah, this doesn't exist. Okay. Maybe I got a default application by kicking off scheduler. It's possible. Okay. Well, let's go over to PubSub because I already have Cloud Scheduler enabled. Are we just slightly delayed here? Enabling. Okay. Fine. I'm leaving this in. This is me getting flustered with Google Cloud, which I'm sure all of you are by this point. gcloud PubSub topics create cron topic. So we have a topic created here. Let's refresh. There's my topic. Good, good, good. We're also going to create a subscription. This should be very, very familiar if you went through and did all the PubSub stuff. So we're going to create a subscription to this topic. Subscription create cron sub under cron topic. Okay, so we have our subscription. Click subscriptions. There's my topic. It's currently set as a poll. That's, again, the default. Now, what we want to do and where this differs is let's go back to our scheduler. Scheduler. Create a job. Make you a little bit smaller. All right, we will call you, again, 680. Let's do CIS680 scheduler demo. Blah. Why does App Engine already exist? Haha. Let's see. What frequency do we want? So I could be lazy and just do every single minute of every single day, so all asterisks. Let's go back to our syntax here just so that I'm minute and then hour. Okay, so let's go every minute is what we want. No, we don't want. Let's do all of them just so that we make sure that this demo works, because if I don't, it's not going to work. Every single minute, every single hour, every single day. Right now it's 1:46 p.m. on April 1st, which dates this video now for you all. I don't want this to not work all of a sudden, and then I'm spending hours cutting, trying to find when I actually get my, get my thing here, central, time zone, east, really, Eastern Standard Time, please. Sure, why not? PubSub, that's what we want. Topic, we have created our topic, if we recall, and it is cron-topic, so we don't actually get a drop-down, so you have to remember the topic name. And our payload is, let's go, hello there, CIS680. Hope you've enjoyed the class. This is the final module, exclamation point. Create. Now we have a scheduled job. And remember that we have a certain amount of jobs that we can run too. So if I click run now, it's going to kick off an every minute type of thing. So let's go do that. We see success, life is good. Let's go back over to PubSub, and I'm actually going to open up a new tab just so that I have them both open here. And let's go over to PubSub once this loads. So we should see our topic. And nothing yet. Let's open up our Cloud Shell, see if we can get more up-to-date information here. Clear you out, gcloud, PubSub, subscriptions, pull. Oh, you know what? I didn't do this. Cron-sub, limit 5. So we're going to get information out of cron sub. So I could be jumping the gun here because maybe a full minute hasn't gone yet. There it is. Okay. Was a little overeager. So here is my data coming out of PubSub. Now, if we refresh, we should see some data. It's possible, again, that I'm being overeager here. Nothing yet. What if we do another poll? So we get our message. Let's refresh again. Interesting. I would have expected to see some data by now. But we do see it in the we do see it in our Cloud Shell, which means it is working. No messages found yet. Okay, fine. Fine, fine, fine. Be that way. Let's check it out in Cloud Monitoring. That's a handy tool, right? We talked about monitoring a little while ago. Basically, you know, let's look at these logs here. So we do see the job running, or we should at least. Okay, refresh. Nothing. I find this very interesting that we are not seeing any data. And very clearly, let's get rid of this limit. I mean, we see data coming out. The IDs that are getting spit out are also very clearly different. There we go. Okay. App Engine was just created. Something wonky's going on here with timings. Okay, so we do see metrics going in you know, our Explorer here. So I see that it's actually being sent. We see some data here. Probably not enough to actually make a dent in a real live, you know, chart. But we do see some, okay, there we go. Some activities finally happening. Just as taking a moment to percolate through the cloud. That's a thing, right? All right, so that is honestly basically cloud scheduling. It was very easy, right? We went to, so let's close this off here. Let's go back to the scheduler and we can take a quick peek at some of the other options. So this, let's go ahead and delete our job so that we don't consume our millions of credits, which we don't have because we burned through them in BigQuery. Create a job. All right, name, description, frequency, target type. So we can trigger an HTTP call, in which case we basically give it a URL. So consider this like your endpoint, right? Or you can do an App Engine HTTP. Again, it's a URL. It's just a direct link to our App Engine project. And what are we doing here? All we're really doing is triggering a RESTful call, basically. And instead of you being in charge of setting up a cron job, say via like Compute Engine or something like that, you're just triggering it automatically here. You could do this with Cloud Functions. If you use the HTTP trigger function there, you could pretty much use anything that you want as long as it's accessible via HTTP, App Engine, or PubSub. So hope this was useful for you. I will see you all next time when we talk about tasks, if you're doing this at least in order. Bye, everybody.